Hey folks, welcome back. So today's tune is a simple but really very effective and very beautiful track. It is called Mad World, originally by a band called Tears for Fears. The version we're going to do today, and the version which many of you are going to know better, is the version by Gary Jules, which was from the movie Donnie Darko. So this is a great track. It hasn't got much in the way of chords, but it's got some really nice techniques for us to explore how we can make those sound as beautiful as possible. As usual, I'm going to teach you the chords at the beginning, a little bit of rhythm, structure, and then at the end, some extra tricks to make it beautiful. Okay, let's go. Okay, as usual, here's the little bit of theory we do that I know you all love. This piece is kind of in F minor. Oh, here, that's probably better. But it's in a kind of variant of that known as the Dorian Mode. What we need to know about this is that the Dorian Mode is still a melancholy sounding scale, but it's just a little bit more cheerful than the natural minor. And I think a little less mysterious than the harmonic minor that we often use. So you make up your own mind about that. There it is, F Dorian. So let's talk intro. We need to know two things here. We need to know the chords for your left hand for a change, and then we've got this melody, which I'm sure you're familiar with if you're watching this video, for your right hand. So let's start left hand. We want an F minor chord with your left hand. F, A flat, and C. And then we're going to take that in root position. Here's your first chord. Your second chord is going to be a B flat major. Now, ordinarily, what I'd be saying here is, okay, we've already got the F, so let's just go here. And that gives us a B flat chord. And that is legit, and it's also probably what we would do in 9 out of 10 circumstances, but not this one. Right, this time, we're going to take our B flat also in root position. This is what I'm hearing on the recording. So we end up with this chord, and then this chord, B flat, D, F, thinking about this D that is in our Dorian mode. So we've got those two chords. It's comfortable going between them. Okay, so our right hand has this melody. Yeah, etc. So, we could write that down in sheet music, but let's just try and kind of feel our way around by ear. It's going to start on A flat, I'll tell you that much. It's in the F major chord, F minor chord, I should say. Now, it's going to come basically falling down that scale. That's actually exactly what we're going to do later. But for the intro, we've got an extra bit of like jazz where we're going to add, in between each of these kind of steps down the staircase, we're going to add an extra note that's kind of 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of affair. So after this one, it is a C, which is a skip. Okay, so we're skipping from the middle note of the F chord to the top note of the F chord. And then all of the others are just like a 1 step back to the note that we just came from before we finish. Yeah. Now, you may want to consider just making a plan for your fingers here, because otherwise you're going to run out. First finger or thumb, middle finger, second, first is what I would do most of the time. If you forget to do that, and you have to do that, and you can still make it sound okay, then fine. But sometimes those technical things are there for a reason. So that's your first one. There you go, I've just done it myself. And your second one is a bit easier. Still the same, but then just walk up to there. Okay? If I put those together in their simple form, your hands are very close together here, but don't worry, when we put that left hand rhythm in, it's all going to make a bit more sense. Speaking of which, here it is. We're going to go So almost think about this as two parts with one hand. We've still got our bass note, our root note, and then our chord, and we're just playing them both with the same hand. And all we need to do is put the right hand with that. Notice that the second one is pushed, as in it starts slightly before the downbeat, half a beat before the downbeat. Here, 3, 4. Okay. Now feel free to start with that on the downbeat, and then once you're really confident with those finger positions and the notes, just shunt it forward a little bit, like this. To the verse. Okay, so our verse has 4 chords. We're going to have our F minor that we just met, and we're going to have A flat major, which is A flat, skip B flat, play C, skip D in this scale, and then play E flat. And then we're going to have E flat major, E flat, skip F, play G, skip G, play B flat. We're going to have B flat major, that's D, and F, which we just met a second ago. Now, to kind of keep the kind of simplistic nature, the feel for these early verses, we're actually going to play that in exactly the same way that our left hand was playing the introduction. Now, you can continue to do that with your left hand if you wish, but later on we're going to develop this a bit. So well, have a go at this version that I'm going to teach you with 2 hands, which just is a bit like dong, 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 because later on it's going to make more sense, okay? So all we're going to do is pretend we're playing, but we're just going to squish our hands right up together, right? So if we think of it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's your sequence, right? All in root position. Yeah, left hand picks up the root note, and then your right hand picks up those other 2 notes. And then when you get to the 4th time around, a little wait to get into the chorus. So for our chorus, we're going to use the same notes and chords as the intro. So we're back here. Okay, and that's, you're going to play that 4 times. Find out how to tell you, finding a place. People run in circles, it's a very, very... And then this is where our intro comes back, which I think we're going to do on this occasion. They mess around with which way we do these a lot, but the first time after the chorus, I think we're going to go... so that's straight down first, and then push. Okay. And that is the same as the intro, pretty much, because it kind of serves not only as like the underscore for that hook, Mad World, but it's also the intro to our second verse. So let me play that chorus all the way through. So imagine we've just stopped at 2, 3, 4. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. Dreaming that you're mine more than the best I've ever had. Running out to you. Okay, structurally, surprise, surprise, this is a really simple song. We've got our intro, and then we have a verse and a chorus, and then we have that kind of transition, which is like end of chorus, blends into intro, and then back into another verse, another chorus, and then we have our outro. So let's talk about that. Okay, the outro, we are just going to play this little riff 4 times, and I think if I've noted this down correctly, we are going to play downwards pretty much all the time, at least at first. So finish with a B flat chord. Okay, a couple of extra things to think about. We have covered the very basic chords. I just want to give you a couple of ideas, which I have touched on in other areas, to make this develop as the piece goes on. So the first thing is just this idea of doubling your left hand. Currently, in all of our verses, we've got this. So what we can do is just move that down an octave, right? And already it sounds a bit fuller. Yeah, that is no changes to the right hand. We've just moved the left hand down an octave. Now, while you're playing these, you may notice that some of the extra notes in your chord just so convenient. So why not play those? Bit of extra. We would be playing those too, but the A flat's right there. We would be playing these two. E flat's right there. And would be playing these two, and the B flat's there. We've got just this little bit of development, just a little more depth here, and one more note of harmony just to push that song on a little bit. So give that a go. And the second thing I wanted to talk to you about was this harmony. Sometimes starting in the middle, in the kind of interlude section between the two, the verse chorus and the verse chorus, we've got and played at the same time, because it's actually only the last two notes that are different. Yeah. So you're going to pick up, there you'll go as before, and then that'll continue to walk up, middle finger on the A flat, thumb on the E flat, and then we're going to come out like this to the D and the B flat, giving us that lovely sixth harmony. Give those a go. Let me know how you get on. Comments below.